girl. Well, lots of times once the horse, I know the horse and trust it to go the other side, I'll duck under their neck, but you don't know when it's a horse you're just training. Sometimes you do it, they might fly back and hit the end of the rope and then jump ahead and squash you. So I'm not going to do that.
Not too concerned she's eating grass.
I don't know you yet. Well, there we got the saddle on her. She actually stood really well. Really well. She put her head around a couple times and was sniffing me and sniffing the stirrups and batted her ears a couple times, but all in all, she did really well. You know, I used to train some horses where you'd go do an operation like that to put the saddle on, you'd have to tie a hind foot up on them. And like I said, I always could get by with those horses, but I'm over 50. My days of breaking those broncs are over. I'd rather buy these horses that are quiet already. I can put the training into them to become a good cow horse, but as far as riding the broncs now, them days are past. As younger, I used to ride bareback horses in the rodeos. Horses have always been my passion. Like when we were, my brothers, when we were kids, I mean, we were on horses before we could even walk. Always on there in front of Mom or in front of Dad, and Dad broke a pile of horses for people in the country, and Dad bought a lot of horses too that were spoiled. They bucked and people couldn't handle them, and Dad bought them cheap, and that's what we learned to ride on. But now I'd much rather work with a horse like this, especially when you start getting older, guys. You know, a person in their lifetime, a cowboy's probably good for, you know, maybe 4 good horses in their life. And once you start getting older, life's too short to be goofing around with a knothead of a horse. I'd rather have some nice horse that I can get on and ride and do all the stuff I need to do. Alright, that's a good girl. So anyways, I'm going to shut you guys off. She just wants to get too close. There's Layla over there goofing with him. Like I said, these horses are quiet. We just bought them a little while ago. They were quiet and they were halter broke, but they're not broke to ride. And you know, we don't know exactly what was done with them or what they're like, so we're going through some of the stuff ourselves. Never seen either one of them kick yet, so that's a nice thing. as I don't like a kicking horse. And we will see what they turn into. All right, talk to y'all later. Well, my friends, that clip you just seen, that was the first day. First time I ever saddled her. And she seemed really good, although after I shut the camera off, she did buck. And I wished I would have had the camera on and got that on film, but she bucked for a bit and then she quit, and now is another day. I'm gonna saddle her again and maybe get on her. We'll see what happens. Talk to you later. Hello everyone. Well, we got on her back. This is the second time I saddled her now. The first time I saddled her, actually, I let her run around the corral, and I didn't get it on video, but she ran around for a while, and then all of a sudden she took to bucking, and she took a couple pretty good jumps, probably 8 to 10 jumps altogether, but a couple of them were pretty good jumps. Today I did some more groundwork with her, got her saddled, did some groundwork, and I wanted to get on her, but I'm not gonna undo the rope today. It's pretty windy today, and with a green horse that you're just breaking, that can be a recipe for disaster. Sometimes you get a windy day, and not to mention that getting older. I'm 52. When I was in my 20s, I wouldn't have thought nothing of undoing that rope, but we're not going to do it today. Like I said, it's windy and it's a recipe for disaster, but she's been really good today. Like I said, I did quite a bit of groundwork with her, and she seems to be really smart. So with that, friends, I'm going to call it a day. Like I said, I worked quite a bit with her. I got on and off her a few times here, and she's been acting really good. And that's all I'm going to do with her for today.